Well, hello. Nice to see you, everybody, at this glorious moment where we can witness the fourth game of the Go Barona title, which is a huge Czech tournament with big prize money for the winner. It's a best of 5, and currently Lukáš Podpěra is leading 2-1 against his opponent Jan Prokop. So today we will be watching and following the fourth game. And some strange things are going on. I'm quite confused by the last move. Of course we will start and go through the game like since the beginning. But I think we have to check what's going on right now, because some confusing exchanges are happening. So, hello Leon, nice to see you. So, okay, let's say this is the position. So it's quite obvious what is going on here. I'm just searching for my drawing tool. Yeah. So black had the moyo, right? And white just wants to reduce it and somehow, yeah, make a living group inside, which is what this move means. It's of course fine move. So at this point, if I'm black, I would of course consider some kind of attack if it's possible. But maybe it's not so easy, because like these stones are quite strong and there is already almost a knight, some peep, also some bad agi around here. So maybe I could estimate that I can't really attack it. Then I would be okay, then let's tenuki, let's just leave the group, right? And I would maybe attach here, capture this stone, and just continue in the long run. I'm a bit surprised that Jan chose to peep here, kind of, which takes away the eyes and creates a little territory for black, but it loses center. Like now it's white's turn, and he can jump, and I'm not sure if this was really the maximum that we could get out of it. I think not giving white this stone could be like better strategy because the group would be weaker. But anyway, Lukáš wasn't afraid at all of the attack from black, and he even tenuki'd this. So quite ambitious. And suddenly the attack becomes quite real because there are no more eyes, and this peep is not so important, and yeah, the group altogether is weak. So yeah, I guess you should take care of it now. But white attached here, which is a strange looking move a little bit because you can't cut. I mean, of course, if you would cut, then maybe this could be a plan, like you create a weak group for black too. But black can play this wedge. And if I'm not incorrect, there is some ladder. And it works for black, right? Yeah, it does. So white can't cut after this exchange. So maybe it was a blunder from Lukáš, or maybe he thought he can play here, and then does it work? Like if you extend, but it still doesn't work. Even if you get this exchange, like this white for this one, it still will not work. It will always be the ladder. So no center moves here are quite relevant. So maybe it was a blunder, I am not sure. Maybe it was just the plan. And then to attach here and kind of... and kind of reinforce himself. And now I see that I guess the scribe did a mistake, right? Because I think at a point it was like this. Yeah, I saw this move on the board, I'm pretty sure. But it's not there anymore. So this was like why I was so confused, because this guy and this guy, they don't work together at all. But okay, so it was a mistake in the relay. Okay. So then it's not so not so much to talk about, so it's just an exchange. Basically, since white played here, it means that this was a question. In theory, you know, black could answer here also or here. Probably not here, but this is probably possible. So white got the answer that black is blocking, and now he starts to reinforce his group. And it makes all sense. And black then played this vital point, let's say, and cut, which is Sente. And then Hane. And this looks like the normal kind of pushing style. And I have to wonder, so by making this combination, black lost 2 liberties, right? And what did he gain? So now this is an Atari, this is an Atari. Like, what is the motivation behind this move? I am not sure. Do you guys have any idea? Is there something here? Like, but this has so much liberties, so many liberties. This peep, I mean, it seems very, very far-fetched. And also, since if you start playing from the inside, you get this. So maybe the idea is that this move now for black, if it's necessary, this move is Sente. But still, it's not a very good exchange, right? I mean, I don't know, I'm a bit surprised by this combination. Also, maybe I will ask what is the time, like what time left do they have? If Jan is not in time pressure already. So the game started 2.5 hours ago and they played 90 moves, so it's like 45 minutes extra. Yeah, so I think they should be around like 5 minutes each now, or maybe 7. So it could be that Jan is in time pressure and Lukáš has more time. Anyway, then this pushing seems okay, but white shape seems quite solid. And I would say that the fact that he actually tenuki'd, right, these 2 moves, he protected this side, that it's working out well for white. Of course, black is also gaining in this area. But I will probably be satisfied as white now. Yeah, white is slightly ahead. But no big deal. Alright. So that's it. And now we can start by looking at the game from the start. So, and actually, big mistake from me, and I'm very sorry. Lukáš is white and Jan is black in this game. Yeah. Okay. So yes, so this Fuseki was played with, like Jan and Lukáš played it before, when Lukáš was black. Was it the previous game? Maybe. And it continued with this variation, right? And they played it out, yeah, like this, no? I think this was the previous game. But in this case, Jan decided to pincer, which is a move we studied a little bit. And when we were discussing like some tricks that could work on Lukáš or not, I was telling him that if he plays here, he is guaranteed, almost guaranteed, that Lukáš will play this Ogema. So maybe he could try to learn some trick in this Joseki. But actually, all of these cuttings, variation, they become quite fast, not so good for black. So it's really hard to kind of punish this Ogema, I think. So that's why black just played this Hane. and Lukan extended to k4, which is a game he played against me in a recent tournament. It's quite a okay move, like chilling, not doing too much. I think like Katago wants to connect here, but then it seems a bit heavy. The continuation would be like black plays this jump, you probably can't block because of the cut, so so white just plays some kind of freestyle. Most likely you don't want white to block here next, so you push yourself, then white can pincer. I saw some variations with shoulder hit, that's a bit confusing, but probably you can just play in the middle of the side, and it's like normal joseki. So, but from my perspective as a human, connecting here feels a little bit heavy. So, yeah, just playing here is completely fine. Also, I could play Tenuki altogether, like close this corner, but then later this groove would be a target. It's also a playable variation, but yeah, why complicate your life when you can play such a easy move? Okay, so white has 14 minutes and black has 7, so still some time remaining. Okay, so then black approached here, played this, white kicked, and played this shoulder hit. Yeah, so what do you guys think about this shoulder? Would you play it here? Is it a nice move? So the continuation was just push and under connecting, so black just kind of settled himself. It seems that black is a little low, maybe, at first glance, but actually I think the result is not bad for black. And I mean, of course, like now we are talking like half-point mistakes or something, but to me it feels like white could try to invade here also, because it has the potential to create like 1.5 weak groups, and you will only have one weak group, so it's a bit yeah, a bit more dangerous for black, also destroying more territory. Altogether I feel like this stone, this move is stronger. This is a bit easygoing, and even though it looks a bit depressing for black just to underconnect, the situation is slightly better for him, because kind of his bluff of, you know, he basically approached two corners at the same time and didn't have any feedback from it. But it's a very small difference. Alright. So then black attached, played here, and something interesting happened again. So white played this e5 move, which I'm not too familiar with. Then black played this hane, and because he played e5, he can now play this tiger, and white has to protect. In the normal variation, where white plays here, black can hane, but if he plays the tiger and you atari, you can play tenuki. But with this stone being here, you cannot. So if this variation was played, black would need to play this like connection and not the tiger. Then white probably then white will probably block here, and black would underconnect, and I would feel like it's slightly better for white this way than in the game. Like the shape looks kind of funny. What software is this? Hello Sivaram. So if you mean the board, this is the online Go server. You can check the web address. So it's a server to play Go. Yeah, so a little suspicious this move. I'm not very familiar with it. Probably can be played, but it's a bit better for black. White took the big point, and black decided to put pressure on these two stones, which is okay. White pincered, black added the move here, white attached, and extended, which looks quite normal. And now there is something funny that is going to be going on the whole game. For the next 50 moves, or 100 moves, no, not 100, 50 moves, Katago wants to play here as black. And of course it's a huge move, but it's kind of endgame move, you would say. And also black is already so strong in this area, you kind of don't feel it necessary to add a move here. It seems clean. For example, I would be quite tempted to play it, but probably I would also delay this kind of move and play it later. And the reason why black wants to play there, like the bot, is that this clamp, which I'm not sure if the players were considering at all, is a little bit annoying. Because if you play here, then white can attach from upstairs, and you have to kind of leave very submissively. It sucks. And if you connect here, which looks like a normal move, actually this tiger mouse is quite a good continuation. Because these three are weak and kind of dying, so you have to push, 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 push. Then suddenly even like here, there start to be some annoying agi. Like not that much, but I mean the shape, even if you just play here, the shape starts to suck for black, right? So black should maybe exchange this to be a bit stronger, and then Katago just wants to capture this stone to at least make some base and undermine this base. But probably something like this would be more natural, but then you can underconnect, so probably a good move. And you see that white like destroyed plenty of territory without actually doing much. Like without risking much himself. So that's why for the next 50 moves both players should play in this area apparently. And it's like 2 to 3 point mistake to play elsewhere every time. So that's interesting, but never mind. So it's kind of hard to see. And now next move from black is kind of copying white. He's playing this shoulder hit on the third line, which is a very natural move, you would say. And yeah, he didn't play this, and white just protects. Jumps, plays clamp, and the situation here kind of resolves itself. We will talk about it a little bit later. And yeah, it's fine variation, like this. What I find interesting, that even in this position, probably black could consider to invade directly without playing the shoulder hit. And the reason behind this is that, okay, so white can't just capture you, you will always manage to get out, so that's not an issue. And what you can do is just jumping, for example. But then suddenly you destroyed a lot of points. This is a little weak, this is a little weak, and also these guys very naturally become under attack. So actually this invasion is also aiming at these two stones. Maybe it could be interesting. Okay, so I think we've been talking about this for a while. We will come back, but let's check the real game really fast to see how the situation is evolving. Yes, so Jan is making this territory. White got to play this endgame. It's really huge. This is so huge because it makes this group alive too. White then pushed and play this vital point. Like from my point of view, it's hard to imagine that this game could be bad for white, because as we said earlier, he saved the move here from this defense, and then the attack didn't come. He got even to this move. Like, I'm not sure if this gain is enough to compensate all of that. And seeing this shapy move, I would say that Lukáš feels like he's ahead, so he's just making sure that this these guys don't come under attack. Yeah, white is ahead about by Komi in the game. So it still can be upset, but since white position seems to be so stable, it's a bit hard to find something. So of course, maybe this exchange was to prevent some kind of endgame here, I am not sure. Yeah. Okay, so in the game it's like move 105, so plenty of time still to do something. Okay, so we stopped here, we said black could have invaded, but didn't. So just jump, feels natural, why not here? And yeah, black could have jumped also this way. This was a move that surprised me a little. But actually, why not? Trying to close this general area is probably fine, and these stones are quite light. Then white decided to add the move to fix his group, and black played this bump. It's probably possible to try to divide white. So white lived in the corner, and black added another move here. Not sure if it was necessary to play there, if black couldn't have started attacking these guys first, because this cut, it's a little bit difficult to play as white. Like if you take and black could, even in theory, he could be really mean and play like this. But even if you don't complicate your life, black is just going to get out. And even if you add a move here, you weakened your corner, and this group also not so strong. So I think these kind of variations are fine too. So black maybe didn't have to add this jump, but it's okay. And white invaded here. And as I was saying the whole time, it was necessary to fight in this area, but this is also a big move. White just lived. Black added a move here. White pretended to attack. And to my surprise, black still answered and white also answered. So it feels like white is trying to suggest to black, hey dude, your group is weak, you have to take care of it, no time to play elsewhere. Because if he would think that black will play elsewhere, then, I mean, this is a small endgame move, and it's really a question what you gain from the attack. So, luckily for Lukáš, black indeed answered. But was it really necessary? Like, some kind of attack on these two stones seemed to be quite urgent. And then, like, I mean, since this white group on the right is also weak, it will be very hard to attack black, like, harshly. Also, here are some kind of annoying variations a little bit with this attachment and this connection. Adding some kind of agi in this area too. So, I think black could have tenukit. But maybe the previous games were, like, they were really fighty and super complicated. So now the guys wanted to play more of a slow-paced game, and black added the move, which led white to play this huge move, and black jumped here, which seems very nice, and white tried to save these stones, and that's the fight that we already saw. This move maybe can be also questioned. So you would like to, usually you would like to play maybe this kind of attachment. But is it possible in this situation? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Probably, like, you know, we were kind of curious about this move at start. But with this attachment it is helping, it's in a good place. So maybe, yeah, black just jumped and was feeling good about the game, and I think he should. I think at this point, yeah, he's ahead by 2 or 3 points. Like the whole game black is black was slightly ahead. But this seems like very nice move. And this too. And yeah, we saw this. I'm not sure if, like, usually when you are thinking about positions like this, it's like if your opponent has a very good move, you want them to prevent to play there. But in this case, okay, this feels like okay move for black, but if he doesn't play in the area at all, like, what is the strong move that white has here? This peep? I can probably cut, no? Or just this schema? Or some kind of very vulgar, like, peep? And again? Like, of course, there are some... Maybe this? Maybe it was preventing this, yeah. And it feels very slow. And basically... right now you are expecting some strong attack, right? But white got one move for free there, and basically second move for free. And so now it's quite easy for him to take care of this group. And I really applaud Lukáš evaluation of the position, that he's even brave enough to play Tenuki. I mean, this was not expected. And actually, this move is huge, because it's not like this move was doing nothing. Of course, it was necessary so you don't get cut. But later, like, this is Sente, right? So, for example, you can just, yeah, if you play just like this, white cannot connect under anymore, right? Because this cut is protected. And it came neither, so... And also, probably this is like the soft version. Maybe black can attach here and create some kind of chaos with this move in Sente. In theory, some crazy variations, maybe this or this can also be something. So the value of protecting here, I mean, it's huge. So, yeah, now it feels like you should attack somehow. But how? This Kosumi feels natural, but white's defense was very good. And as seen in the game, it, like, black even ended up in a gote. Or not really, because white actually added the move later, but he had the opportunity to play this endgame and black didn't counter-attack. So I don't think this was a success overall. It's a question how to play. I'm wondering if black shouldn't still just capture this. And if white answers, then okay, at least you gain some endgame, and maybe you can make it a close game. And if white doesn't answer, then this group can be attacked. So I think white would answer here. So it was kind of black Sente. Yeah. Yeah, hello Betka. So the fact that he didn't play it... And, I mean, even this Kosumi... I mean, usually when you play a move like this and white can attach, the idea is, okay, white will get stronger in this area, and then you will use your strength to destroy the other side. But here it's kind of not possible, because white is so strong. It seems... I mean, it's not hopeless. I thought we were checking few moves back and it was like Komi. So it's not hopeless, but it's not good. Ah, you mean it's hopeless on points still now, just to play here? I don't think so. I mean... Let's check. Yeah, now it's even game. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is even game. If you take this profit, and maybe you don't, you just leave this group hanging, you don't solve it for your opponent, and just play end game. Is this a bad move? Slightly bad, like lost a point, but... Then it can be even. But basically what black did is that he fixed white's shape, and that's a problem. And I think that... Yeah, as I was saying, this attachment is quite good, and then normally something happens and you have to use this strength to attack. But it's not possible here. So I wonder if black couldn't have used the other approach and like play... But what? You know, if you get this center and then attack from this side was what I wanted to suggest. But still, it's going to be very hard to attack this. Maybe best is really not to attack it at all and just wait. Wait for your opportunity. Yeah, so later, so the following sequence is quite... like, it makes sense. So this was not played. So actually we can just check this. Is this working in some way? So if I play here, so black can cut. Is there some miraculous protection? It's not, no. And if you play from this side, also nothing, right? So I think this move kind of works, no? I mean, even if all of this would be somehow center, like never mind this, it's still not possible to connect, right? Or is there some kind of hidden problem? Like this? No, right? Or is there? In some theoretical variation? But probably it will not work because you can just take this liberty. Sorry. We are taking a liberty there too. So is this working? So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and we have 4. So this is a problem for... this Atari is a problem. But then again, like... yeah, you kind of need to exchange this. So it's gote. Alright. So, in the game... yeah. So this happened. And now black is trying to attack the vital point. And white attaches, seems good. Block, cut, push, Atari. So black managed to cut white. But, I mean, this is white center. And this is white center. So this group has a lot of eyes. And also, if you play first, somehow, there start to be problem in this area too, right? But also white has some problem. Okay, so black played this. So let's assume it's center. And then if you play here, and cut, is it something? It looks like it is, no? But it's not so easy. Like, you can do this, add a liberty, and then it seems very hard to imagine that this white group could be in danger. And we can try to search something in this area, but like this, for example, seems to be at least a little bit annoying, but probably white can play from top. Is there something here? Like try to add some liberties. Maybe. But in worst case scenario, white can probably just clamp, right? And this is probably... but not sure also. Maybe this move has some potential too. How would you answer this one? I mean, this is already a success for black. And this one... maybe you can... I mean, you can always just sacrifice this stone. I guess it's not a big deal. But still, it doesn't look so bad. Maybe black has some options in this one. And in the game, so what happened? Let me refresh this, so I lose the variations. Yeah, so black peeped. And white connected, and he's saying that this is center. Okay, so here white's continuations, if black doesn't play, are... So for example, this just captures these two stones now. But you can also play from this side. And if you save, you capture bigger. And also you can peep here in case of need. Play here, and this cut also works now. But of course there is no real reason for black to save those two stones. So yeah, just connected here, it seems the biggest, protects all of this. And now... And what if white doesn't peep here, but starts from this move? It's... Well, okay, so white started from this one. But this is gote, no? It's not so big. Like, why would you be connecting here now? Isn't it, like, is it the biggest move even to play in this area? Like, jump here seems something, no? This schema is huge. Yeah, and this was center. So... that now you cannot cut, but in theory you can cut here, no? Isn't this because this doesn't work? This also... Does this work? Depends if this is center. I mean, I still don't see why black should be protecting this. Unless he's really trying to kill white, but... I mean, if you connect this in center, yeah, and white manages to just make an eye here, then it's... And you have center as black, then of course it's good. But hard to see white pressured so much. Also here we can see that Jan chose another move that we were planning, because this is killing more. Strictly speaking, from endgame, it also looks like it's kind of working, so probably it's possible it's just much better move than what we were showing here. Black clock beeped with the last second. Oi oi. So this move was played on last second. So after yesterday's matches in the evening, I was chatting with Jan a little bit about how he feels about the match and so on. And he said that he feels like Lukáš doesn't have it like completely under control, the games, that he feels like potential to win, but that he has problems with time. Like always the time is a problem. So he should start to play faster in Fuseki, but since he didn't study any much in particular, he said that he always needs to spend the time actually to like not be knocked out immediately. But he regretted in the previous game. I can just show very quickly. So we were speaking in the previous game. And how comes that at this point he already lost 20 minutes? because not much happened, and he said he was regretting it, that he spent too much time thinking about this move and so on, and he should have probably played simpler and kept the time for later. Also, he said that in the game he regretted not peeping here earlier, as some of our observers were pointing out, but I think he correctly said that he couldn't have known at that time that he would be needing the peep. So yeah, so basically he was saying only the time is the problem. And so he connected, white pushed, black connected, white cut, black cut, white Atari. And it's some kind of exchange, but it's in gote. Like white will take this in cente. Yeah, this is what is happening, and white even gets a cente move. So I think, yeah, saving those two guys was quite bad. But was the situation really bad at this point? Because I feel like black kind of got this guy for free. No? Didn't it get closer? Still about Komi for white. So let's see. This is the position. Yeah, and in this variation, yeah, now white is ahead by 20 about. So it looks like Lukáš will manage to defend his title. Now nothing can die. He has center. Oh. But black can die, but actually cannot, right? I mean, just killing like this doesn't work. But probably this cut is a problem. This is what white is after. Or maybe not even that. Maybe he just wants to play this way, force black into some defensive maneuver and take the territory himself. Yeah. Yeah, I think in this game it all comes to the fact that white managed to protect here. Like before that, the game was good for black before this sequence. The reason for it being good for black was that white played a little soft here, a little bit soft here. Also, maybe not optimal defense there. So half point by half point, black was gaining. Why is it playing moves when I'm not clicking? Anyway, but the attack, what the hell is going on? Well, anyway, I will just think. Yeah, VD Vladimir Daněk, one of the sponsors and organizer of the tournament, writing, the result is clear, Lukan will remain his title Go Barona. Yeah, he'll keep it. You think the question from Sivaran was about the streaming software? Then that's OBS Studio. Yeah, where I cut my screens and somehow compose them. But why is the game... Okay, I will just refresh it. I think I pressed something wrong. Okay, so I think at this point we can check the game in Katago. But of course we will keep the live board up. Yes, and download it. Because for example in yesterday's match we were also kind of dismissing the game already, and then it became quite close after Jan lived with everything. Yeah, so let's check it. So basically the Fuseki is, as I was saying, yeah, you see this move maybe not the best, but it's quite fine. It loses like half point, but you feel safe, it's good. Yeah, and then, see the shoulder, it's completely fine, but I mean, yeah, it feels like you should invade, in my opinion. But it doesn't matter. And yeah, this was a little strange. Yeah, white could just descend here, it's brave move, but like if you play Tenuki, then there is some bad Aji, it's complicated, but this guy is helping, and doesn't matter. I wouldn't think about that. Maybe just, I really think just connecting would be completely fine. Yeah, so like this, black got a bit ahead, because this didn't accomplish much actually. And yeah, this was okay move. And maybe no need to add the stone, but it has its value. Yes, and so as I was saying before, this is huge. Yes. And so like this, it's like even game, and like this, so it's about same invading or not invading. But let's say somehow this is not there, that it's exchanged, and white plays here, so where? So still it's okay to play the shoulder. I really feel like this invasion, again, is a bit more annoying, because a lot of weak stuff starts happening on the board. But probably it's okay. Yeah, this bump was quite okay. And white couldn't go to cut. It would be some fight, which was okay. You see, black is slowly getting slightly ahead. Now maybe a little suspicious move. This seems a bit small. But if you don't realize this is big, then where to play? It's kind of hard. I would probably play a move around here. But then, yeah, maybe it will just get very small. And if you start cutting, white is actually making more territory than you, so it's really not easy to play on this side. I like Jan's move. I mean, if to this you answer, then you play here, suddenly it feels quite big. So it was okay. Yes, so here's some exchanges, which maybe... You see, just wants to play there. But then this is the general good area. This is a very good move. Yeah, and now... So how to do? You can play here and exchange this. I believe it would be Sente. And then, okay, you can exchange this, I guess. Okay, this is some hardcore, but if you just play here... Yeah, you cannot underconnect, so even the simple variations we were showing, just make it small, it will be a close game. Eventually you will gain something from the attack and it will be good. But yeah, this was a little odd, I think, to lose Sente. And yeah, here really I would play this jump, so I admire white's confidence to protect this. And now again, what to do? Yeah, we can make this exchange. Just jump and let it like rot, because every move white adds, it's basically a move he misses in the endgame, so you can gain points like this as black. But yeah, so actually this attachment was quite nice. And yeah, this sequence, I'm not really understanding why you want to lose the liberty here, and probably because of this, but yeah, it's not important. And then, yeah, you really need not to miss this one. Like after this, still now there was some chance. But you see that white got this, defended here. Somebody was writing in the chat that black got everything, white got everything he wanted. And it's true, especially since this was Sente. Maybe you could not connect now and try some attack, but it will be hard already. Yeah, and this variation, it's not losing or gaining any points, but it's just not enough. And we can check, okay, so instead of this connection, how about this attachment? So how should you answer? Yeah, if you play from top, and I extend, and play here, And this, it's nothing. We just block. Because in the variation we were checking, it was a little different. Yeah, not much. Not much. Yeah. So this is about this game. It was quite a good game for black, and then this was, yeah, the attack didn't do much. Because I think about this time black didn't have much time left, and that's what when it went south. But we can check the game still. Some fight is going on, like yeah, black blocked and white cut. Make this exchange. Ho, some fancy footwork. Black is really trying all of the tricks in his book, but it seems like it's hard to continue from here. No? Okay, so you can cut, but white can take. You cannot really descend. Oh, and and white even blocked to make sure. And so black will manage to connect, but there is still Ko, and this territory got destroyed. So Lukáš continues to dominate the Czech Republic. So by the way, do you guys know, I think in 2 months, in February, there is going to be the pro qualification again, where Lukáš Podpěra will for sure attend. But there is no even a link to it. Like in EGF this sucks kind of, no? 2 months before you can't have a link to the pro qualification. Doesn't seem too professional. Yeah. But what can we do? So no info about it yet. But what I heard is that like before it used to be some kind of elimination bracket where so it used to be best of ones, and now it was like best of threes. You need to beat your opponent twice every round. But this year it should change, and I think they are going to play round robin, like everybody against everybody. So basically like in Hikaru no Go. It's there will be probably more matches. We will see. Wait, oh. Okay, so what happened? White even connected here. I didn't see this move. Because if you connect there, it's all captured. So black has to play here, then white can take. Black can take, but it's not possible to make two eyes. Yeah, so white resigned now. No, yeah, white didn't resign, black resigned. So so congratulations to Lukáš. I must say this year's games were really entertaining, all of the fights that were going on, especially game 1 and game 3. I really enjoyed very much. And yeah, well, I guess we have analyzed it with Katago and everything, so we will soon close the stream. I just want to say one last thing. Next Sunday, in exactly 7 days, so it will be the 15th December, there is going to be a match between Ben Zero and Jan Prokop in this Blitz championship. So please come, like, tell it to your friends, come watch it next Sunday. It's gonna be at least 3 games, play with very fast time, so it will be quite entertaining. I'm looking forward to it. Yep, thanks Leon, see you guys and have a nice end of the weekend. Bye bye.